But I realized at that time, even where the church is concerned, um, as great as we are as in creating an environment where we can express our culture and really experience spirituality on another level,
Hmm.
I didn't see the big push for health.
All
Um,
right.
and I watched as a lot of our leaders, as anointed as they are not able to fulfill the destiny and purpose on their life because of health issues. And
Mm.
so it just became something, at least in the small circle that I could influence. I started talking about that and pushing that where, we had have to be mindful of our health. It makes no sense to have these great anointings on our lives and can't fulfill them because it gets interrupted because we have health issues that in some cases could have been prevented. There are some where we might be genetically predisposed, and but even with those, if we make some changes, um, we may be able to avoid some of those things. And
Hmm.
so that's when it became something. I notice a lot of times, even when we get on medicines, we start to think that since I'm on medicine, there's no need for me to practice lifestyle changes. In other words, I'm diabetic. I'm taking my medicine, so I'm just going to eat cake. I have high blood pressure. I'm taking my medicine, so I'm just not going to pay attention to sodium levels and things like that. And again, I'm not a fanatic.
Hmm.
I don't dot every I and cross every T. I have those days where I do eat some things that I know um, I probably shouldn't. But even with that, there's a plan in my mind that I'm going to work it off in the gym or something like that. And so that's when it became a big push for me, even in our ministry. Um, and especially with this pandemic, when you start hearing all the stats that how many of us are affected because of underlying conditions and us being as a people being disproportionately unhealthy. Um, I just think it's important that as much as we push spirituality, our health has to be a priority. And I'm not saying all churches are neglecting that because there are some that are pushing that agenda forward, but there are lots where we're not. And I know we believe in divine healing and all those types of things. I believe it. I believe God is a healer.
Hmm.
But there are some things we don't have to put ourselves in crisis for to need a miracle or need healing if we take some preventative measure through some lifestyle changes. And
Amen.
so my mother kind of started the push for us. I used to
Yes.
watch my dad get up and walk 5, 10 miles a day.
Mm.
Um, and things he wouldn't eat certain things. And I'd look at him like he's crazy. Well, he's 93 now.
All right.
And so, and some things he didn't get, I got, being neglectful and so. So again, I'm not pushing this because I've arrived on any plateau or I've ascended to the mountaintop. I'm still working through some things. There's some things I need to become more disciplined at, and I want to lose some more weight. All those things, but it's just something that I wanted to bring to the forefront to help us before we get to the place where we have to be incapacitated before we realize we need to make changes.
Hello, my name is Pastor David Whitmore, and I want to invite you to join us every Thursday evening, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for Ask the Pastors. We have a host of pastors available to answer your questions, to take your prayer requests, and just be available for you in these different and difficult times. Join us.